I know, says I gotta go, tired of going solo, but I'm never gonna go there again. This is what it is, this is who I am, this is where I finally take my stand. I didn't want to fall, but I don't have to crawl. I'm not the one with two scarred hands, giving him the best of everything that's left of the life inside this man. I've been born again.
As usual, every Saturday morning, welcome to Fresh Black Coffee. Dave, I've got some fresh coffee. It's not exactly black. It is with creamer.
That's
but our conversation is fresh black coffee to wake you up. And we're thankful it's another Saturday.
Yeah.
Another week. Man, and what a week it was. Again, they're all getting to be exciting. A lot going on around us. We have a lot to discuss today. But before we do that, David, why don't you introduce our guest?
Absolutely. We are joined today with a man from Owassan, Oklahoma.
Or as they say, Owassan.
Owassan, yeah.
Owassan, yeah.
The locals. So, Ron Causby has been a conservative advocate for a long time, working on state issues, working with various people. And but tell us more about yourself, Ron.
I'm a father, first off. I got a great big bunch of kids over in Owassan.
Great big bunch.
Yeah, great big bunch. And I've always been active in politics, but I own a little remodeling business over there.
Yeah.
And I really didn't get active in politics until COVID shut everything down and said, hey, you don't have as many rights as you thought you did. So that really kind of drove me to get more active and get engaged with people.
In party politics.
In party politics and state legislative action, school boards, things of that nature.
Because I think, some hot button issues go back a little further than COVID that you've been involved in. I think education policy, if you're a dad, I mean, a good dad, you're going to.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
In that. So, but what I heard this week is you are putting your hat in the ring to run for a party leadership position. You want to tell us more about that?
First of all, you got to talk to better people if they're telling you stuff like that. But yes, I am actually running for, I'm tossing my name in there. I did it. Why not? Mm-hmm. It was my question. Mm-hmm. I'm very active in politics. I love politics. It was like a second 4th of July for me when I was growing up. My father was Ronald Reagan all the way. And so I enjoy meeting and talking to people and getting things accomplished. Mm-hmm. And, I decided, why not? Let me just gut check myself and stop talking and do some America doing.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah. And so I asked around a little bit and found out a number of my friends I've known for a long time and respected it. Said, supporting Ron. So I thought, well, let's get him in on the show. And I want to say, I think we want Rhonda, the incumbent, who's running
absolutely
to come on in. We've got a few weeks before a county convention. So let's have a discussion.
You have to have a discussion.
So what's motivating you most? What do you think are the issues that most need to be fixed?
Now, I don't want y'all to think I'm a professional politician. I'm not.
Gotcha.
The thing, and so I may stumble over some of my answers or just come across as not knowing something, but the one thing I do know, and this is going to be very first day one priority in fixing this, is I don't know if you went to your precinct meetings the other night.
Yeah.
I went to mine. We have 3 House districts in Owassan that were represented, and there was at least 20 little precinct numbers on the table that nobody showed up.
Yeah.
There were 8 of us in this meeting that represented different precincts. So then I became my precinct chair, vice chair, secretary, everything. One person. That is my priority. We have to find these conservatives where they're at. If they're on the couch, if they're busy working, we have to get those precincts filled with conservative Republicans, and we have to let them, whatever talent they have to help move the party forward.
Yeah.
That's my main goal.
My oldest son's involved in marketing on a global scale, works for Forbes, and one of the terms he uses, user experience. What is the user experience? And I think when somebody decides to get involved, they go to the precinct meeting, they go to the county convention, and they get involved. And many times they see nastiness. They see divisiveness. They see the party tearing itself apart. Is that what you're talking about?
I have heard that. I have heard current leadership. I've actually worked with Rhonda on a couple different things. She called me about Owasso school board members. You got anybody that you want to run over there in Owasso? And I gave her a couple of names. When I didn't support the candidate she wanted me to support, that caused a little division there.
Oh, yes.
And I wonder how many other people is this happening to, whether or not you want to go down and run for a state office or some type of office. And Rhonda's, we've already got it picked. Don't worry about it.
Well, then I want a commitment from you.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to, if you are entrusted with this the highest post of the party in this county, are you going to stay neutral when you've got multiple candidates saying, I'm willing to step up?
I think you have to.
Absolutely you have to.
If you have a primary race with 3 Republican candidates, you support all 3 of those Republican candidates in the primary equally.
Right.
If you can't support them the same, then don't support any of them.
Right. Okay.
That's just my take. And yeah,
all right.
absolutely.
So that's an issue that you've had to deal with firsthand with our current chair.
Yes.
What else?
The reason I'm sitting here is because I called in August when I was helping Ryan Walters and Chris Banning and Dana Perito, had them at my house, was fundraising, doing the doing.
Yeah.
So I called to find out who my precinct captain was, and come to find out I didn't have one.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm here. If you would like for me, I'll take it over until.
Yeah.
She said, no, we'll just wait till January.
Oh.
Now, why would you do that?
Absolutely. Why?
You have somebody wanting to help, get people motivated, get them out to vote. No.
That's a power issue. That's what that tells me.
It is a power issue, and it's not just a party thing. It's just I have found out that a very few people in our lives dictate our lives, whether it's party, elections, school boards, baseball teams. I coach my son's little league baseball team. Very few people get this power. And I'll tell you that I was important before I started running for offices and stuff. I'll be important after I'm done. I don't necessarily need the titles and stuff. I've been
You're not doing it for the money?
I'll tell you this. I've been doing it. I've been doing the job. I just haven't been accepting the titles and stuff of that nature. So no, I don't do it for the money. And the reason people have offered to pay me to do speaking engagements and this and that.
Okay.
I won't do it.
Now, you're obviously a threat because I've also heard a lot of people running, I would call them ad hominem attacks.
Oh,
Deigning to know what your character is, all this. And one of the things I'm hearing is he hasn't been involved in the party. But you're saying that's because you were shut out by our current chairman.
Well, I have been involved in the party. I have.
I'm talking about the structure of the Tulsa County.
Right.
Okay, to be a member of the county committee.
I haven't been involved in the establishment party.
You were willing to organize your own precinct, which is unorganized. And you're saying that you're told by the current chairman, no, we will just wait.
I want to get one skeleton out of the closet right now. Are you in any way, or have you ever been related to Bill Causby?
No, sir. I'm glad that you asked that too. That is usually when I was growing up.
I see a similarity, Eddie.
Yeah, we're funny, or I guess if you like that. But no, when I was growing up, I always had to say, my name's Ron Causby, spelled Causby.
Yes.
No relation.
All right. I just wanted to get that because
I knew
I can just see that somewhere that he's a cousin of Bill Causby or a nephew, and he's got the same heretical trait.
Oh yeah, those Cosbys are all rapists, don't you know?
Don't be putting that on me. I knew this was going to be a hostile interview.
Okay, I'm sorry for those at home. I just wanted to be sure we cleared that air. Okay?
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
No, I have been involved in the party in a grassroots effort. I have not been allowed to be involved in the established structure that you spoke of. But I have been to the Capitol and the governor's office, making videos, fundraising, going to different meetings, Moms for Liberty, Tulsa Parents Voice, things of that nature.
Yeah. No, I've talked to people around the state that have said, "Oh, we're so excited Ron's running." So
let me say, so you're not a dark horse. You're not just somebody coming out of nowhere. You have been involved. People do know who you are within the party structure. even though, let's say, a certain segment,
Click.
no,
that's a good word. Click. It is a click.
Certain segment of the party doesn't know of you or much about you. You are known within the party's certain circles.
Absolutely. I would be very confident answering that. Yes.
Okay.
But you're here today because you need to get more known.
Broader exposure.
I have been out and in person and shook hands and motivated people. I have a little bit of a social media following on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah.
And I do this and live shows and just try to get information and things out to people. And one of the biggest things I hear is, I don't have a precinct chair. I would go to these meetings, but I don't know where they're at, or I don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. Well, we need to inform people. This is what you do. They're actually fun. Let's get out there. Let's have those uncomfortable conversations and figure this out so that we can move that party forward and get some passion back in the party. It's it's not, I don't want to say dead, but it's just very mundane. There's no excitement going on in Tulsa County that I know of as far as the party's concerned.
Gotcha.
Can't get yard signs, can't get this, can't get that. I don't want to be negative. I know that they only have a limited resource to get these things accomplished, but let's figure out a way to improve that resource and get more people involved and get more fundraising going on.
Yeah.
And get a younger crowd in there too.
Gotcha.
Not that there's anything wrong with the older crowd.
Thank you. I resemble that, you know.
Yeah.
No, you're just saying broadening the tent, broadening it to
bring people back in that have
old, young,
yes,
Hispanic, black, white, whatever. Just spread it out and bring more people in.
Absolutely.
Right.
This last general election, our Tulsa County voted for Joy Hoffmeister for governor.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm
That's
aware.
That's the problem. I don't think Tulsa County has gone Democrat. God, I don't know how many generations, how many decades it's been. Mm-hmm. We've always been one of the more conservative.
Was it the whole county, or was it the city?
It was the whole county.
Yeah, he lost the county.
And even talking to people, I think Rhonda and I were talking about it, and she was concerned that the city of Tulsa would go Hoffmeister,
right,
but she was hopeful that the county as a whole, because of the suburbs, and it did do better in the suburbs, but lost the county. Mm-hmm. In fact, as a result, at our state convention, Tulsa will have a smaller percentage of the delegation, so will Oklahoma County, and the party will be run more by a rural voice, and that's how the rules are set up. Mm-hmm. We're getting penalized for not doing our job as a county, and so be it, right?
I agree, and I think that directly speaks to the leadership of not motivating those people to get out and vote their conservative values and stuff. So
yeah,
I'm going to be the devil's advocate in this case, because the cities across the nation, that's a tough nut to crack, because wherever you find the universities, mm-hmm, there's this heavy influence, and wherever your business centers are and everything, there's an influx of people coming in with a whole more liberal mindset.
That's
and
the
they
trend.
Are exactly. And so, and the conservatives tend to keep moving out to the suburbs more and more and farther out. It's not just an Oklahoma problem. Right. It's happening everywhere.
It is.
You look at Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Houston, name a city.
Yeah, it is, and it's getting more so that way. And the question is, what do we do to try to stop that?
That is going to be the real tough issue going forward.
I don't have all the answers, but here's what I really excel at is networking and getting people together that do have the right answers.
Exactly. Filling out the roster.
Right.
Getting their precincts organized. It starts with that. And so if that's not happening, you get results like this.
Absolutely. This was record low turnout for precincts this last meeting.
Yeah.
And we didn't have 3 foot of snow on the ground.
Well, right. And in past years, the precincts were, in fact, the rules say the precincts organize themselves. Mm-hmm. They set their meeting. And if there's a vacant precinct, then the county steps in to help organize the unorganized precincts. Unfortunately, we're all being treated as though we can't organize ourselves. But that's my issue, okay? So tell me, how do people get in touch with you?
Well, everybody, and this is another thing, I don't know that y'all know this or not, but I am a very open and transparent person. I love everybody. I even love liberals. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be able to argue with anybody and tell them they was wrong. So you're always able to get a hold of me on social media, Facebook, the Real Ron page. I have my personal page. I have a page up now that is Ron Causby for Tulsa County GOP chair. I'm on Twitter, a couple different spots. My phone, come to my house. We can talk at the house.
Good. And then are we going to see you, for instance, some of the conservative clubs, Republican clubs over the next month or two?
Yes, that is coming. I'm actually, and this is still in the works, but I have some legislators that are going to be helping me out, come out and meet and greet with some different peoples in the next few months before the March 25th. So we got some big stuff coming up.
Would you be receptive to a forum where all the announced candidates
Absolutely
can discuss the issues?
Now,
Absolutely.
The county convention's coming up here sometime soon.
March 25th.
Yeah,
Right.
we got 2 months this time.
Right. And now, if what you're saying, if these precinct meetings, because you have to go to the precinct meeting to be a delegate to the county convention.
Or if you
rules.
can't make the precinct meeting, Rhonda has said that you can email her and do the proxy thing, which I think is just complete.
It's a violation of the law, of the rules.
It is. It has to go.
So the problem though is getting people out to these precinct meetings, and probably you're going to be handicapped in some sense.
Well, the precinct meetings have happened.
Oh, they're already gone. Okay, so
And by the
that's right.
turnout, I'm a long shot.
Right, that's what I'm trying to get at. Right, so
That doesn't escape me whatsoever. But at the very least, I'm going to get more engagement and more people talking about the issues and bring to light the issues that have got us where we're at today.
Yeah, I do need to clarify something. I have not heard that announcement personally coming from our chair that if you can't make the precinct meeting, call the county Republican Party, and a commitment will get you into the convention. If that call said call before the precinct so that we can notify that precinct meeting, hey, so-and-so wants to be included, because every precinct gets to pick their own delegation, their own form of representation at the county. The number of delegates are already set or capped.
Correct.
But if what was said actually reflects that we're just going to help communicate back to that precinct meeting if you contact ahead of time, I have no problem with that. But if it's to add names, complete violation. The good news is every precinct delegation has the power, even at the convention, to throw somebody off by a vote if they have legitimate cause for that. So, and if they go as a delegate alternate and somebody all of a sudden bumps someone out of being a delegate, so the chair or somebody can do it, that is a real travesty.
I was there at the precinct meeting and I asked if I could add my vice chair to my roster or to my delegate list and was told no because they weren't at the precinct meeting.
That's wrong.
But they could email and fill it out and send it to the county chair.
Yeah.
And she would make the decision whether they could be a delegate or not.
That's, completely.
Oh, it's
wrong.
a travesty.
If what you're saying is true, that is completely a violation of the autonomy of the precinct. The Republican Party is a bottom-up organization. All power starts at the precinct level.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's where the power's derived from. It has to be from the bottom.
And that's how it's set up. When I first became a precinct chair, my training down at the old headquarters on 31st, they were adamant about that. The power starts at the precinct, and everything goes up.
What changed about that?
Well, people love power. It's addicting.
Exactly. And you only keep people around you that are going to keep you in power.
That's human nature, isn't it? It's not.
Here we go.
It's the base of human nature.
Here we go.
Now, I'm not. Well, Eddie, I'm not indicting anybody here.
That's why you keep him around. Mr. Eddie here around to make
he
sure that
keeps-
you look good. Make sure that you look good.
I'm a guest in his office, folks, his studio.
Okay.
I make friends and influence.
What were you going to say? You disagree with what we're saying?
Huh?
You disagree
He's
with?
egging me on.
I wouldn't disagree with anything. I just said, here we go.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
okay.
getting his popcorn out.
Okay. I have watched. I actually when we scheduled this, I watched y'all's show, and I had heard of you. I may have even disagreed with y'all a time or two on a Facebook post or something back a while back, but I think that y'all work great together. Got some great information, and I appreciate y'all letting me be on here and try to bring awareness to people that don't. They might want to come out and help out and be involved, but they don't know what to do, because I didn't know what to do 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And the sad thing is, not enough folks like you are stepping up for whatever reason, and we need to change that. And we need to be more receptive, and especially to populations and communities that, for whatever reason, the media is not our friend.
Absolutely
they are perpetuating a lot of stereotypes about who we are. And, if you don't vote Democrat, you ain't black, that kind of stuff.
Right.
That's racism. So, and I think Tulsa County Republicans are becoming more diverse. I've seen it, even in our last convention, but we can do better. We have to do better. Yeah.
There's not an alternative.
Yeah. Well, I know we got to get you to a family event, so we're
my son's birthday is
wrap things up.
Party
Why
today.
don't you take a minute, look in that camera, and give your final pitch for why they should vote for Ron Causby.
You should vote for me because I'm good looking, but really, if you have a question about how to get involved with the GOP, whether I'm elected or not, always feel free to reach out to me. I'm on Facebook. All my stuff is public. Everybody in Northeast Oklahoma knows where I live, and my phone number. Just reach out, and that's the message I want to leave with everybody.
Spell your name.
Causby.
Ron Causby. Causby.
The real Ron.
The real Ron. I saw that page.
Yeah. Everybody sees that page.
Good. All right. Reach out to them. They can text you at what number?
918-720-4029.
Got that? Thank you.
You bet.